As her best friend, I got to see the other side of her before the rest of the world did. To many, she was a friend. To some, she was a sister or a daughter. And to thousands and millions of people, she was a role model. But to us all, she was an incredible girl who showed us that nobody's perfect. It all started for her at a young age. Her dad, Robbie, bought her a guitar on Christmas 2000, and I distinctly remember her practicing that thing, twanging that thing, all the time. I remember begging her to stop. Sometimes Jackson and I would have to leave the house just to get away from her. And I guess it all paid off because when we were 12 years old, I remember I was along with all of her millions of screaming fans cheering her on at her concerts. And it was then I just couldn't believe that my best friend was Hannah Montana, and it's still incredible to me today. And one of her most biggest fears was that Oliver and I would treat her differently because she was famous. And I really think that speaks to her character. It really showed that she cared about sincerity and she cared about having authentic relationships. And that's how I know that our friendship was real. And it was all despite her double identity as well. When things weren't always the best for us, we would think that having a famous best friend would be all highs, but there were some lows. I would have a bad day or I'd mess up, and she would tell me everybody makes mistakes and everybody has those days. And everybody gets that way. And then I felt better. And that's one of my favorite things about her, is she could make anyone and everyone feel better. I remember one time a relative passed away and I was having a really hard time. She grabbed my hand and she said this to me, and I wrote it down. I just couldn't forget it because it was too important. She said, "There's always going to be another mountain. You're always going to want to make it move. It ain't about how fast you get there. It ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's about the climb." And that is when I knew she had a real grasp on life. And she knew life had struggles, some major struggles like my relative passing away. And she knew that it was about how we handle those struggles and not about the destination necessarily. But beyond this, Hannah went outside of just our friendship and our family, and she helped others at school. And she didn't even care about the consequences all the time. Sometimes she would just put herself out there just to help others. One time she even tricked me into paying for my class trip to DC. She paid for it completely and I didn't even know. And when I did find out, I got mad at her, but she just did it because she loved me, and she told me that she did it because she thought of me as a sister. And I will cherish that memory forever. At school, she was kind to everyone, not necessarily Amber and Ashley, but I wasn't nice to them either. But she would go up to people and meet them, and when she met them, she said, "When I saw you over there, I didn't mean to stare, but my mind was everywhere. I really want to know you." She made people who felt unseen and unwanted be seen. And those are the qualities that make her one of a kind. And she was and still is an incredible girl who had the best of both worlds and showed us that nobody's perfect. And I'm really sorry that she had to pass the way that she did. Miley Cyrus will be dealing with that guilt forever. But if Hannah was with us today, I'm sure she would say this: "I'm moving on, letting go, holding on to tomorrow. I've always got the memories while I'm finding out who I'm gonna be. We might be apart, but I hope you always know you'll be with me wherever I go."